Small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me? Time to get
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
The topic is anger and the topic is abuse. And I think that there's a lot of confusion around what is what. So let's start with reactive anger or reactive abuse. Now, from a therapeutic standpoint, we don't really call this phenomenon reactive abuse because it is victim blaming and it is inaccurate. Because what ends up happening is if you're in an abusive situation, let's just say with a narcissist, they will provoke you until you hit a tipping point and you scream back, you throw something, you do something that is reactive to the amount that they've been heaping on you. And now they take control of the narrative and you're the abusive one. Everything they've done before that, in their mind, it erases it. And the way that they grab a hold of the narrative is they make it be like, you're crazy, you're doing all of this. And I've heard a lot with my clients who've been in abusive relationships with narcissists that it'll be, it's always like late at night when you have an important thing to do the next day. They're picking some crazy brawl with you that has nothing to do with nothing. And then you end up getting so upset and so mad, scream something back, do something that would be considered explosive anger, and they turn the narrative around, and then they roll over and go to sleep, and you're up all night, seething, ruminating, feeling bad, right? If you're still sort of in the clutches of someone's abuse and their narrative of what's happening. So when people say reactive abuse or reactive anger, that's what they're talking about. But when you're in an abusive situation and you're the person being abused, what we call it from a therapeutic standpoint is self-defense, right? You're defending yourself against the abuse. Because suddenly, if we get into a narrative where we're sort of talking about mutual abuse, that completely lets the actual abuser off the hook. And here's the thing, you guys. If you're in this situation, you know what I'm going to say. First of all, don't do anything quickly. Your safety is the most important. Always the most important. I will drop a link. I created an episode for you of how to leave an abusive relationship safely, which is what, if you're going to leave, is the only way to do it. Don't reveal your hand. Don't threaten your abuser that you're going to leave. Right? Keep all of the details close to the chest. Enroll other helpers, other people who you love, who care about you, who, even if they don't know about the situation, you can't be in secrecy if you're in an abusive situation. But I wanted to talk about this because when you're under the control of an abuser, it's really easy to get sucked into their narrative. It's a very stealthy manipulation technique to provoke you to express reactive anger. Be aware if this is happening for you. And again, figuring out how to extricate yourself from that situation, even if it seems complicated. Because unless that abuser is going to get help with you, or you're going to get help, it's probably not going to change. But a lot of times it gets worse. So that's the thing that we don't want to happen. For a lot of people, abuse escalates when the person is under stress or loses their job or whatever happens, and they're taking it out on you. So that is reactive anger or reactive abuse, or what we actually call self-defense. Now let's look at passive-aggressive anger, because this seems like it's connected, and in some dynamic way, there are similarities, but this is much more common. And with passive-aggressive anger, you're not talking about abuse. You're talking about people who can't express themselves directly, who are not in touch enough with their anger. A lot of times with passive-aggressive anger, it's very threatening to the person who's feeling angry. And I was definitely one of those people. And I also know I was not abusive. But in my 20s, I was so threatened by my own anger. I was terrified of anybody else's anger. Forget it. Nobody could be angry. I literally remember telling my college boyfriend, who I went out with for many years, like, anger could be a deal breaker for me. And he came from a pretty healthy family system. And he was like, wait a minute. So you're telling me I can literally never be angry in this relationship? And I was like,
man, she was on fire. I was about to let her go another 35 seconds, but goodness gracious. These, the examples that she's using, with regards to the conflict that she's detailing, a lot of times we will call that person who is the passive-aggressive one or the overtly aggressive one. We'll call them a devil. Right? But if you have a worthiness wound, could that worthiness wound be a demon? Right? You have a I'm not enough wound. You have a I'm not worthy wound. You have a low self-esteem wound. Could these be seen as these harbingers of low conscious vibration that allows us to stick it out with certain individuals? Listen, I'm speaking from experience. The unhealed spaces in my heart keeps me in places that prevents me from elevating. Can you say that? I can say it. I got friends that be like, hey, man, do you know who you are? What are you doing? Get out of there. Hey, brother, I come to you for this insight. What are you doing in here? Or do you understand? Sometimes the demons we refuse to heal serve as an anchor, and not one that keeps you rooted, but one that keeps you stuck in a lower level of consciousness. That's what happens to a lot of people. They be like, yo, man, you're the voice of reason. Yes, but I'm a human being. I'm a work in progress. You thought because I understand certain things and I'm gifted in certain spaces that I'm free of internal challenges? Absolutely not. It's okay. Name your demon. I have a worthiness demon. I'm not good enough. I could say that. Anxious, preoccupied. Right? Can you say that? What's your demon? And do you then turn around and project that demon onto others? Man, you not really down for me. You not checking for me the way my wound needs you to. Did you hear the way I worded that? How many of you out there in Radio Land? 1-800-920-1580. Right? You're not checking for me the way my wound needs you to check for me. I know I don't check on my wound enough. That's why I need you to do it in order for this to work. Can y'all be honest tonight? 1-800-920-1580. Attila from Houston, Texas, get back in here. Come on. You were about to kick it, and it came right in on the piece that you left off on. So give us the info.
Okay, so I was going to say, with that last video with the reactive abuse, everything she's saying is true. I would just say the one thing that she's missing is when you're staying in a dynamic like that is toxic, the whole gist or the whole point is to get you to the place where your reaction is not equal to the offense. That's kind of the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that you do become, like, at least that's just been my experience, to the point where you don't really have recognition or control of your own selfhood, because they want to control your selfhood. And so I've got to make you into the image of me.
So wait a minute. That's kind of like what Biden is telling Israel. You need a proportional reaction. And many of us don't have a proportional reaction when we feel like we've been wronged. Like such is the case of Israel. They feel like they've been wrong. So now that you've wronged us, no holds barred in our reaction, right? And oftentimes in intimate relationships, because don't get it twisted, in Israel and Palestine, that is a relationship, and a toxic one at that, right? But in intimate relationships, once we feel like we're wronged, we don't think proportional reaction. Many of us don't. Am I right or wrong?
No, I mean, like, because I think at that point you're outside of yourself, right? So, you know, you talked about projecting demons. At that point, I'm unleashing them. Forget projecting them. The three-headed dog service is coming out. Okay? Like,
wait a minute. You're releasing demons? Is that you? Wait, hold on. This is what you're supposed to be working on, though, right?
Exactly.
But in the interim, if you got them, you throwing them. Go ahead. I hear you.
Right. Because the idea is that you're on the defense, right? And I think that when you're talking about wounds, it's no different than tending to a wounded animal. If I'm trying to tend to a wounded animal, if I reach out to them, they might bite at me because they don't recognize the difference between care and hurt. They don't, like, you know, all they know is I'm hurt, I'm bleeding, I'm in danger. And again, we know obviously this doesn't always happen with animals, but that's kind of the risk that you take in helping a wild animal, right? You know that they might not be able to perceive that you're there to help. And I think that we work in the same way when it comes to our wounds. So that's it.
I love it. Attila, guess what you just did?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building to join this most powerful conversation, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Real quick, though, the Voice of Reason has a tremendous amount of followers in the state of Texas, as well as the state of Florida. Florida is under siege right now, and some of our beloved listeners of the show are actually in my live chat, and I want to shout them out. We had Hustle. He said he just came in from a walk. You wasn't walking around, man. You better knock it off. But maybe he was. He's in Miami, Florida. We have Nzinga. I think Nzinga is Pensacola. And then Mimi. We haven't seen Mimi in the chat. So I just want to make sure that everybody, our Florida family, I want to make sure everybody is safe. Oh, man, Hustle is on the line. There, hey, Florida is it? I need that. Yes. Hustle, get in here, man. Talk to us. Hustle.
Oh, you got me in already?
Yeah, well, come on, brother. Before
we hear about the storm, this is a regular day for me.
Before we get to the topic, man, I just want to make sure you good.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I've been through this so many times that I could tell a storm before it's coming. I don't even got to watch the news. I can feel it.
Okay.
You know, it's just nature, man.
The storm whisperer. I got you. Come on. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. We grew up in the wild. You know, we are people of the earth. Like, you know what I'm saying? We adapt.
Okay. I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So,
But prayers up for, everybody that got hit a little harder.
Man, my sister lives in Tampa, man. I had to cuss her out the day before yesterday. Like, because she didn't leave the last time. I was like, if you don't get the HE double hockey sticks, if you don't get out, so I really had to go hard on her, and she ultimately left and went to Atlanta. But it took her 15 hours to get to Atlanta.
Yeah, no, I would have stayed.
Well, she was in Tampa, like ground zero. Get out of there, bro.
I've been through Andrew. You know what Andrew was?
Yeah, I come on, man. Listen.
Took a nice nap. Took a nice nap, brother.
Hey, man, you better stop playing, man. Taking naps in category 5s. I'm not playing with you, man. Listen. Listen, your thoughts on tonight's topic. I know you have some jewels for us, brother.
Yeah, bro. So this is actually something that I had to realize today, man. Mm-hmm. With my anxious lean that I've been under for so long, and attracting the opposite polarity, which would be avoidance.
God, don't you hate it? Let me stop you, brother.
Go ahead.
Because I have the same affliction. Ugh. Okay, go ahead. I just had to get that out. Go ahead.
But here's the trick. When you come out of that, now you still got some of that residue. So I had to question myself today of a woman who's showing me a lot of affection, and I'm like, hold on, I thought she was anxious. I said, oh, so this is interesting. This is what it feels like to be on the opposite end of anxious. But then I thought about it. She might not even be anxious. She just might really like me, and I don't even know what healthy feels like.
Ooh, come on. Like, you lying. In your head, you lying. This ain't real.
To her, I'm telling you, she talking about she had a loving background and both parents and all this. I was like, hold on, maybe I'm tripping.
Right. Right. Been treated so bad so long, you don't know what it feels like to be treated good. I hear you, brother.
I need a soul recalibration, you hear me?
Nah, that's real. So, because sometimes it seems that's where the concept too good to be true. You're like, nah. Oh, somebody just wrote it. Sula Rubin just wrote it. Too good to be true. Sometimes you feel that way.
Yeah, but it don't feel that, though. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Because, we haven't been through the love bombing, too. That's the too good to be true.
Right.
This is more just like, oh, this person cares.
But that's Hustle. You bringing up some great points. It goes the other way. It goes both ways, man. Sometimes when you're just a good person and you want to love on somebody, you want to give somebody some love, and they react to it like you just gave them a cup of hemlock, some poison, They feel like, oh, my God, because that's their defense mechanism because love hurt them in their childhood. Stay with me, Hustle. When we come forward, we got so much more to talk about. The phone lines are on fire. And one of our favorites, I see her. All I'm going to say is the SIP is in the building when we come forward. More from the VOR.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tabitha Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere. This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown. I want you to go to lesbrownpowertour.com. On October the 11th, 12th, and 13th, this weekend, we will be at the Airport Marriott, teaching people the techniques and strategies on how you can begin to live your dream right now. Many people have the ability to do more, but unfortunately, they're trying to open new doors with old keys. We're going to teach you how to monetize your brilliance with one of the speakers. We have a lady who was once a gas station cashier, and she's now a billionaire, and she's going to share her knowledge. I'm going to share with you how to tell your story, how to present yourself, and how you can earn millions of dollars with your wisdom and your experiences. October the 11th, 12th, and 13th, this weekend. Go to lesbrownpowertour.com. It's going to change your life. Spread the word. Go to lesbrownpowertour.com this weekend in LA at the Marriott at the airport. This is your moment. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is a hit. This right here, this is a mega hit right here. Come on, let's go. Late 80s, early 90s. This late 80s right here. Come on.
Do you wanna ride? Baby, let me tell you, I've been watching you. See you dancing in my dreams, feel your heartbeat inside of me. So if you feel it coming on, catch me getting in the mood.
Hey, hold on, Andy. Hold on. Listen. You gotta catch Karen White up, because Karen White got hits too now. You might be a little too young, but this is a hit right here. Let's go.
And now let's break this issue down, which is this idea of how narcissistic folks, what they do is they paint this picture of the person who's scorned by the relationship as being unhinged. It's a way for them to keep their power and for them to gaslight you. Let's break this scenario down. So you're in a narcissistic relationship, or maybe you know someone who is. The narcissistic person betrays you. Let's assume it's you in the relationship. They betray you. Maybe they cheat. Maybe they break up with you, and by the first weekend, they're already full on dating someone new. Whatever it is, whatever that betrayal is, you're deeply hurt and angry. So let's just stop there. Being angry is a normal reaction. You loved someone. You were in a relationship. If they were narcissistic, I'm guessing there were some problems in the relationship, but you believed you were in a relationship. To be betrayed in a relationship, whether it is in real life cheating, whether it's sort of texty cheating, inappropriate messages, inappropriate photos, it hurts. So we get angry. We have a reaction. Normal. And as you're angry about that betrayal, you may talk to other people about it. You may tell people about it. You may viciously look at their social media for clues. You may raise the volume of your voice when you talk to them, which is what people do when they're hurt and betrayed and angry. You may obsess, you may ruminate, you may lose trust. You may ask other people about it. If you live together, you may ask them to leave your shared residence immediately, or you may move out. You may stay together and just keep asking them questions about it. But none of us, no one in this situation would just be chill when this happens.
because you're having real and powerful emotions around betrayal. And it is normal to experience them. And it is normal to express them. The funny thing about narcissistic folks who get caught in a betrayal, they kind of get mad if you talk to other people about it. You see, when they betrayed your trust, their cheating became part of your story. And so it's fine for you to talk about your story with other people. It's yours. They brought you into this mess by betraying you, but yet they get churlish about you doing it. So you do express it. Like I said, maybe you kick them out. Maybe you tell others. Maybe you stay together.
That's heavy, man. A lot of people, man, we in a relationship with the devil. That's the devil in them. That's how my great-grandmama used to say. There ain't nothing but the devil in them. The devil in them. The devil. Hustle from Miami, Florida. Get in here and give me your final thought, brother.
So, I guess what I would say is be open to the process. Be open to what you learned and understand everything's going to feel new. All right? We don't know what's on the other side of that healing. You get what I'm saying? Like, we all want healing, but we don't understand what's on the other side.
The other side, what it looked like on the other side. That's heavy.
Like before the storm, you know the hurricane coming, but you don't know what it's going to look like after it passes, you know? And I'll tell you, it's very peaceful after the storm passes. Very peaceful.
I love that, brother. Let me tell you this, man. I'm just so happy you were able to call in tonight. Please be safe. All of my Floridian family, please be safe. Hustle Habit from Miami, Florida in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I want to bring in Nikki. Nikki, come on in, but I got to run right back to the next commercial. But I just got to hear your voice. How are you, Nikki?
What's happening, brother Joe?
Are you good?
I'm straight. I'm in the tip. I'm high and dry. I learned everything at Katrina.
Everything at Katrina taught you what you need to.
Leave early. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She said, leave early. Hey, listen, Nikki, I'm going to carry you over. When we come forward, we're going to get a special treat. My sister, Nikki from the SIP, she going to give us some wisdom about dating these demonic wounds, and then we call our partner the devil, and then we shift everything onto them. And sometimes it be that little demon in our own spirit that's just projecting itself out onto somebody else. When we come forward, we gonna hear from Deaconess Nikki.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Advocates are calling on Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to extend the voter registration deadline due to recent storms. The Southern Poverty Law Group is representing at least two voting rights groups who filed a motion for emergency relief earlier this week, asking a federal court to force the governor to reopen registration. The organizations, which include the Florida NAACP, claim many residents have been inaccessible due to Hurricanes Helene and Milton. DeSantis held a news conference earlier this week saying the state had no reason to make any adjustments. A beauty product company has come up with a unique way to honor HBCUs. The Lip Bar has teamed up with the HBCU Culture Shop to offer a line of limited edition lip gloss products. The glosses come in 7 different colors, each named for an HBCU institution. The brand will return 15% of each sale to the university represented by that product. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
BetOnline.net is your #1 source for everything football. From pro to college, they have you covered. BetOnline.net has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads during the games. Visit the website today at BetOnline.net. The game starts here.
I need you, dollar, 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 that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me? Time to get it.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. SMP volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an SMP open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. You make a difference. Visit ca-smp-volunteer.org.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, just call 687-246-9655 to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates Tavis Smiley on receiving the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award from President Joseph R. Biden Jr. for a lifelong commitment to using his media and philanthropic platforms to help build a stronger nation. A host of Tavis's family, friends, colleagues, and luminaries, including LA Mayor Karen Bass, joined in the celebration. KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to thank the following partners for their support: the Weingart Foundation, Dr. Shikari Byerly, Rodrigo Byerly, and the team at Aviterus Public Opinion Research, Waters Tax Service, LA Councilmember Heather Hutt, the Empowerment Congress, Wallace and Renee Fortuné, the IQ Air Foundation, Dr. Kenneth Arduna and Central Neighborhood Christian Health Clinics, LA County Supervisor Holly Mitchell, LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn, Ambassador Michael A. Lawson, Ambassador Charles R. Stiff, and Attorney John E. Sweeney. Congratulations, Tavis, on your Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
A problem arises when our relationships are not understood, right? Whether it is intimate or impersonal. Why have we not understood relationship and see the depth of it or the futility of it and go on with it? But we have never resolved this problem of relationship. Right? You know all about it, don't you? Why? Is it you love and you're not loved? Is that a problem?
Yes.
Come on, sirs, it is. It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Or you love and the other doesn't love.
Exactly.
Right? Or in your relationship with another, you're possessive, you're dominant, you're, dependent.
Yes, she belongs to me.
You want something from her or from him. Sex.
Yes, all of it.
Pleasure. Comfort.
Breakfast.
As somebody said to the speaker the other day, if I leave, who will wash my clothes?
Me. I can wash the clothes, though.
You understand?
She ain't got to wash the clothes. I got it.
I wonder if you understand all this.
If she's nice, I'll wash hers, too.
So what is relationship? Out of which we have made such tremendous problem. It is to be related to another. Relationship means related to another. To one, or to many, or to the whole of mankind.
Pause.
Right?
So this is the guy who came up with the concept relationship as a mirror. He says the word relationship means to be related to another. Take it deeper. Take it deeper. The wounds that are unhealed in you and in the person you drew into your life are related. That's what causes them to be in relationship with one another. Now, Patrick Carnes calls it trauma bonding. I'm sure there's a polar opposite of that where it's positive, right? Like triggers and glimmers, right? I'm sure there's a polar opposite to an unhealed wound that also draws people in, and we're relating on those levels as well. But many people don't understand the relationship that wounds are in. Our psychologists are already telling us, man, when we get in a relationship, our central nervous systems are also relating. Right? This mirror of relationship is spreading. I'm going to get Nikki from the SIP in here because I already know she's about to act up. I can let Krishnamurti continue to fire her off, but goodness gracious. Nikki hasn't been in here in a minute. Nikki from the SIP, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Come on in here, sister.
So, about the devilment.
Let me move back and let you have your space. Go ahead.
Some time ago, I made mention about these wounds that we all carry within us. Shout out to Attila and all the Taurus people listening, because, when you get our horns, you earned it.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Generally speaking, the nature of us is a long rope. Which can sometimes translate into we hold it. This devilment, I have told you before, the scripture tells us to guard against being in discourse with you, because there is every evil thing. All these devils from these wounds that are unhealed within us have the potential to be every evil thing. I've also mentioned that emotions are a stronghold for devils to exist. Learning to master, recognize when it's happening, and control it, that's the level up. Because when you can do that, that being recognized, these devils we carry in these wounds are being poked, prodded, inspired, and you're really about to get these horns. And you look at the person in the intimate relationship with you that's doing it, and you do not eviscerate them. Because you've learned to recognize that every evil thing is trying to come out and up. And sometimes it's not the evil thing in your intimate partner, it's the one in you. And when you can control it, recognize it, and put it in its place, now you have leveled up.
Agreed.
From a spirit perspective, these tests and trials, pokings of the bears that you may be enduring, and sometimes are represented in the behavior of the other, are to get you to learn how to recognize that every evil thing, or the chick in the dress in the Matrix,
the red lady in the dress, yes.
That girl.
The lady in the red dress, that's right.
6 foot tall man that smells really good. Him, could be him. And then, because you'll feel it, it's an internal, oh, wait a minute. Not only do I know it's there, I feel it welling up. I recognize it's not in the partner, this is in me, which means it's not really about what I think it is. And then I'm having this internal battle where I'm about to put you in your place. That's a spiritual level up. Whatever, how God you serve, when you get there, that's a spiritual level up. Remember I said, when you on A and B, there you little demons on A and B. So when you get on F and G, so do they.
Ooh. Come on. Hey.
The dress gets more red. The man smells more good. You understand.
Right.
The words that you use against your partner to inspire them in a negative way become more sharp. Your feelings about those wounds come closer to the surface because you might get these horns any minute, just one more time.
Wow.
Wow. And I just wanted everybody to remember that devilment is always floating around in there. The question of the day is, what level are you on?
What level of devilment are you on? Oh, my goodness. Stay with me. Wait, Nikki, stay with me. I'm sorry. You got to stay with me. Just one more minute of your time. When I come forward, I'm going back to Mississippi because Nikki, boy, when I tell you she be on the griddle cooking, she damn sure do. Listen, when we come forward, more from Nikki from the Sip.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey, LA, it's time to step up and be a climate change hero. Go Metro and help us shape a better future for all Angelinos. From enhancing our diverse communities to preserving our planet, Metro is dedicated to making a positive impact with every ride. Start your journey at metro.net.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long.
We're unapologetically progressive.
KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriCanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriCanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just do it right.
And now comes my masterpiece. This diagram shows that knowledge of the unconscious is gained by the ego by way of projections. The unconscious, and this is something that is really serious, the unconscious is unconscious. You don't know what's down there until you experience it by way of a projection. So, a woman walks in the room and I'm struck. What's happened? She has received my anima projection. There's a dimple here or something like that that mother had, and there it is. I don't recognize this mother. I think it's that out there. And then I married the creature. Now, I don't know what I'm doing.
No.
What I'm really joining up with is a projection of my own psyche. And it doesn't take long in marriage for a fact to show through. And here comes the typical problem. Now, what are you going to do? You thought you were marrying this, and you got that. And there are two possibilities. One, you can say, darling, I am disillusioned. I'm taking my anima back for reprojection. And this can go on.
Do y'all know who that is? Legendary. Joseph Campbell. Oh, who is that? Author of The Hero's Journey, Hero of a Thousand Faces, the architect of Star Wars and every hero arc, storyline arc. This is where Hollywood gets all of their storylines for the hero. Leave home, just discovering his new power. Meets a mentor, then faces death, almost dies or dies, then comes back to life, then fights some battles, then finally makes it back home. Home is normal, but he's abnormal because he's been through something that changed him. Joseph Campbell, man. Come on, professor at Sarah Lawrence in New York. Come on, don't get it twisted. I bring all the heaters up in here. Nikki, get back in here and give us the rest of that heat before we get out of here for the night.
Just remember, somewhere in the back of the dome, when you're dealing with the devilment, be careful of that every evil thing. It sneaks up on you. You said the other night, there is no healed, there's healing, which means it's a continuum. So don't play yourself by thinking, oh, I'm done with that, I'm good, I move to the next level. There is a mining of that healing of that wound that has to be done on a continuum, or you get the every evil thing.
No, you said a mining, like we are really about to excavate this wound. We are mining the jewels out of this wound because there are jewels in there if you're not afraid to go in and deal with it. I think it was Joseph Campbell who said the cave you are afraid to enter is the one that possesses the treasure.
And the eye is calm. It's getting to the eye where all the problem is. But once you get in the eye of the storm, it's cool. Okay? In nature, in nurture, same thing.
Right. Love that. Nikki, you know
I love you all.
Come on, you know we love you, Nikki. If you love Nikki from the sip, man, all you got to do is say, hey, Nikki. Everybody in the chat's going to say it. Hey, Nikki. Nikki, we appreciate you for calling in. You brought Mississippi in the building. I love speaking to the folks all over the country, man. This just lets me know we're reaching a lot of people, and I just love their voices. I mean, Nikki does sound like Frances Cress Welsing. She does have that spirit about her. You know what I mean? She's soothing and calming to me when I listen to her. It's like, you know, she's delivering something that maybe my ears might not hear, but my soul be like, boy, you better shut up and listen. I love it when my folks call in from all over the country, and I'm glad we heard from people from Florida, our Floridian listeners. That has been amazing as well. But I'm going to go back to Krishnamurti, man. He said, the enemy is not the other, the enemy is you. And this is a very difficult idea for many people to grasp because people feel like, many people, I should say, and in general, of course, many people feel like, you know, all you had to do is act right. And it's really not, it's not that. Many times we're afraid to speak up. When people haven't even begun to act wrong, they might show signs. This is why we say red flag, yellow flag, pink flag, maroon flag, whatever flag it is, right? When people show flags and signs and tells, right? That's in psychology, they call it tells, right? When these tells show up, oftentimes we're so wounded and broken and hurt and unhealed, we haven't even begun the healing process, or we've danced around it a little bit. There's this fear of loss. Oh my God, if I say something right now, I'll be done ruined this whole situation, right? And sometimes you got to be okay with ruining the whole situation early on, because later on, the situation might become intractable. You might not be able to get out of it. You understand? And when you're unhealed, you tend to focus on the green flags. You know what I mean? Oh, this person can do this. This person can do that. This person is this way, that way. But you really have to respect all of the flags that show up, and you have to keep account of them. You can't lose sight of any of the flags. And remember, flags are two-way mirrors. The flag in them, negative or positive, can only be recognized by someone that is that. You see kindness in a person and it moves you, right? Oh my God, that was such a kind gesture. That means you have a kind heart. An unkind heart it doesn't resonate. Have you ever been with an unkind person? You do something kind and they don't even respond or react. It's almost like they're a robot. So, have you ever seen a very mean person do something mean and you get a smirk on your face when you know empathy should be there? Yeah, those flags are dual too. Do you see? The flag that you see in them is the flag that exists in you. Now, when dealing with the enhancement bias, the red flags you suppress in them typically are the red flags you suppress in yourself. Listen, I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. The voice of reason is always on fire. I'll be back tomorrow on my Friday to wrap this week up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm on fire. You on fire. I'll see you tomorrow for another one.